Hey guys, so in this video we're going to look at ERP and MRP systems in a purchasing department and what they can do if they're well implemented for your purchasing team. So I'm going to give you 7 quick benefits of this. First one, we'll start with the parts-supplier relationship. So your ERP or MRP system will contain all kinds of information that you put in about the relationship of your parts to your suppliers. What do I mean by that? Well, it's a simple place to keep things like the supplier's part number, maybe the alternative parts that can be used instead of that. It'll have things like the ultimate manufacturer's part number, particularly useful for electronics, that one. The costs, the lead times, those kind of bits of information which are very useful to hold in the system and also factor into some of the other things we'll talk about. Number 2 then is MRP suggestions. So within an MRP system, if you think about MRP, so manufacturing resource planning, as a tool, what's it trying to achieve? It's trying to balance demand and supply within your business. So to make sure you always have the bits that you need when you need them in the right quantity. And so the MRP suggestions are taking into account things like your lead times with your suppliers, consolidating those orders together where appropriate, having into kind of minimum stocks and things like that, taking all those things into consideration and giving you meaningful suggestions. Number 3 is, leading on from that, your ability to manually enter purchase orders. Particularly for things that wouldn't necessarily be part of the standard production process in terms of going into the product, but ancillaries and consumables, maybe things that you will use for manufacturing, so safety gear and things like that. And also having the ability to manually override all those MRP suggestions too. So manual intervention and ease of that is also very key. Number 4 is supplier management, perhaps a bit more strategic this. So what do we mean here? Well, the ability to rank your suppliers, to maybe have approved and unapproved suppliers list for certain parts and items, to record your supplier deliveries, obviously, and the quality of those deliveries, so you get a kind of supplier on-time delivery report and things like that, KPIs that you can use to measure them, even the ability to record supplier audits and things within the system. Number 5, purchase contracts. So some systems will give you the ability to do this, to raise a contract with a supplier, and then either your purchase orders or your call-offs go against that contract. So for example, I'm going to use 10,000 of these widgets over the next year. Maybe I want the supplier to hold 2,000 in stock at any one time, and I've agreed to underwrite those. I've got a contractual price based on the 10,000, and then the system can just call in from that 10,000 when we need to. So every month or so we'll buy in 500 parts, but they're coming off that contract rather than individual purchase orders. Number 6 then, we'll look at progress chasing. So not just do we want our purchasing team to place an order through MRP and for that to be elegant and smooth, we also want them to be able to easily see what's outstanding, to inform the supplier of what's outstanding, and to either send reports or pick up the phone and talk to the supplier and say, guys, this is what we're due in the next week, and keep on top of those things. Last one then, number 7, is history and visibility. And so all those things we've talked about here, your purchasing team with a well-implemented ERP or MRP system will be able to see what they've ordered from where, what came in on time, what the prices were, tracking kind of historic lead times and things like that, tracking quality and returns and those kind of things, and seeing visibility all of that indefinitely. So going into the future, always being able to easily track back and search and find that information. So look, there's 7 key things that an ERP or MRP system will do for your purchasing team. Hope that's been useful.
To learn more, visit our website or book to attend one of our free educational events. You'll even receive a free paperback copy of our book, How to Implement a Manufacturing System, just for attending.